The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps drops a hard line: U.S., Israeli, and supporting European military and commercial vessels are prohibited from passing through the Strait of Hormuz. No speeches. No soft language. Just a gate slammed shut in the world's narrowest, most watched corridor. This isn't a rumor or a hint, it's a prohibition. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps names the United States, Israel, and European countries supporting them, then targets both military and commercial vessels. The words feel like a stamp on a map, and the water suddenly feels smaller. Commercial ships hear it and freeze. Military ships hear it and calculate. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps says those vessels can't pass, period, through the Strait of Hormuz. When the rule includes trade and defense at the same time, the tension doubles instantly. The Strait of Hormuz is a choke point. Ships don't have endless room to reroute inside that bottleneck. So when the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps prohibits specific fleets from passing through, it's not just a warning. It's a physical constraint written into geography. Notice the structure: U.S., Israel, and European supporters, then both vessel types, military and commercial, then the location, the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps makes it specific on purpose, because specificity is what turns a threat into enforcement. Here's my take: when the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps includes commercial vessels in the prohibition, it's designed to raise the cost of ignoring them, without firing a single shot. The Strait of Hormuz becomes a stage where permission is the weapon. The practical problem hits fast: ships move in lanes, not open highways. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps prohibition turns those lanes into a test. If a prohibited vessel enters the Strait of Hormuz, the entire crossing becomes a live confrontation without a single word spoken. Military vessels are built for pressure, but pressure is exactly what this creates. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps says U.S., Israeli, and supporting European ships can't pass through the Strait of Hormuz, so every approach looks like a challenge before it even happens. Commercial vessels aren't supposed to be part of a standoff. But the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps pulled them into the same prohibition, in the same sentence, in the same Strait of Hormuz. That's how you make supply routes feel like pressure points. The Strait of Hormuz forces proximity: ships are close, movements are visible, and nothing is private. So when the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps bans passage for U.S., Israeli, and supporting European vessels, the enforcement doesn't need drama. The geography supplies it. Listen to the message again: prohibition from passing through the Strait of Hormuz. Not discouraged. Not advised against. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps is drawing a border on water, and borders don't work unless someone dares to test them. Controversial: here's the uncomfortable truth: prohibiting passage is a form of control that doesn't require declaring anything else, especially when it targets both military and commercial vessels. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps is betting the Strait of Hormuz itself will enforce the fear. The named list matters: United States, Israel, and European countries supporting them, because it turns the Strait of Hormuz into a selective gate. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps isn't blocking everyone. They're choosing who gets to cross the line. Commercial captains hate uncertainty more than waves, because uncertainty changes routes, schedules, and risk. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps prohibition makes the Strait of Hormuz feel unpredictable for U.S., Israeli, and supporting European vessels, like the rules can tighten in real time. The energy of the Strait of Hormuz is movement: ships flowing through a narrow throat of water. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps just interrupted that flow for specific flags and supporters, and interruption is how global corridors become pressure chambers. Military vessels are trained to hold position, but holding position in the Strait of Hormuz isn't neutral, it's a signal. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps prohibition creates a moment where even slowing down looks like a message, and every message risks escalation. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps chose the most consequential location, the Strait of Hormuz. Prohibiting passage there isn't symbolic, it's operational. And when commercial and military vessels share the same narrow space, one action can echo across every ship behind it. The prohibition doesn't need a countdown to feel urgent. A ship approaching a narrow lane is already committed by momentum. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps is forcing a choice at the water's edge: for U.S., Israeli, and supporting European vessels, the Strait of Hormuz becomes a stop line. The most intense part is how ordinary it looks from far away: blue water, steady traffic, sunlight. But inside that calm, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps prohibition is active. Specific military and commercial vessels are not allowed through the Strait of Hormuz, and everyone knows it. So now the Strait of Hormuz becomes a live test of control. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps draws the line, names the United States, Israel, and supporting Europe, and bans their military and commercial vessels from passing through. And the next movement in that narrow lane changes everything. The moment stretches. A vessel linked to the United States slows near the Strait of Hormuz lane markers. Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps patrol boats shift position. Nobody fires. Nobody speaks. But the prohibition suddenly stops being theory, and becomes real water, real distance. Slow it down. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps patrol boats hold their line across the Strait of Hormuz channel. The prohibited vessels, US, Israeli, or supporting European, hover at the edge of the crossing. And that thin strip of water suddenly feels like a wall. Here's what I keep coming back to: the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps didn't just warn warships, they banned commercial vessels tied to the United States, Israel, and supporting Europe from crossing the Strait of Hormuz. And honestly, that's pressure designed to ripple everywhere. And then comes the line nobody expected to feel this heavy: the Strait of Hormuz stays open, but not for those vessels. US, Israeli, and supporting European ships stop at the edge. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps holds position. Movement stops. The corridor holds its breath. This was never just about ships crossing the Strait of Hormuz. It was about who controls the gate when the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps bans US, Israeli, and supporting European vessels from passing. And honestly, drawing that line was calculated power. So which is it, control or escalation? Drop your answer below. I have a take, and I want to know if you see the same thing.